The question recently that came to my YouTube channel was about the birth of Vyas Muni. The person was mentioning that many Muslim channels are speaking very bad about the birth of Vyas Muni. What is your take on this? How do I reply to them? It's a very important thing to understand. Yes, Vyas Muni was born to Satyavati and Maharishi Parashar. And Satyavati got conceived of Vyas Muni before her marriage. And soon after the birth of the baby, Vyas Muni was let in the water in a small boat. And then later on, Vyas Muni, that boat reached an island which is called as Krishna Depayan. And in that island, the Rishi Munis used to reside. And the Rishi Muni saw the small baby, and then they started growing the baby, and that baby became Vyas Muni later on. His name was Krishna Depayan because the island name was Krishna Depayan. See, is it right to go back in history to understand about the birth of somebody, that it is illegitimate? He was born to prostitute. For example, Satyakam was born to prostitute. But speaking bad about Satyakam's parents, is it going to help us? Definitely not. What we can learn from Vyas Muni is that what Vyas Muni achieved, that is what we must learn. Vyas Muni achieved the highest state of Samadhi. Vyas Muni did that work which a normal human being can never do in his life. Not even a complete Rishi can do the work that is done by Vyas Muni. Because Vyas Muni got the name Vyas after he compiled all the 4 Vedas. Vyas means diameter. All 4 Vedas he separated and wrote Rig, Yajur, Sam, Atharveda in the Bhojpatra first time in this world. Before that, the Vedas knowledge were always in the listening form only. So can anybody in his lifetime document the Vedas? It's not quite possible. It's impossible actually, because of his tapasya. Vyas Muni attained Samadhi, and after Samadhi he wrote the Vedas in the Bhojpatra. And even today also, when you refer to any Ved mantra, that is due to the blessings of Vyas Muni, we are able to read those Vedas in the Samhita. So if anybody speaks bad about his birth, we must just ignore. We should not even reply to them, because God says in Atharveda that one who insults a Rishi, God will destroy them. God will destroy not only them, God will destroy their total families. So we must leave the result to the Almighty God. If somebody is speaking bad about Vyas Muni, somebody is speaking bad about Maharishi Dayanandji Saraswati, somebody is speaking bad about our Rishi Muni Parampara, then we must be just silent. We should not even reply to them, because replying to them is lowering our status. We don't need to reply to them. But what we must get inspiration is, in spite of no mother, no father, a baby is born, and then that baby is left out in the running water, and that baby becomes one of the greatest rishi of this universe, that is Vyas Muni. If Vyas Muni was not there, we would not know who was Sri Krishna. It was because of Vyas Muni we knew, or we are knowing Sri Krishna. If Vyas Muni did not write Mahabharata, nobody would know who was Sri Krishna. So we must thank and remember Vyas Muni for his great tapasya, for his great work. And also Vyas Muni wrote the book Vedanta Darshanam, which is most popularly known as Brahma Sutras. And Vyas Muni commented on the work of Patanjali Rishi Yoga Darshanam. Vyas Muni made a beautiful commentary on Yoga Darshanam, and that is world famous. Because of the commentary of Vyas Muni, Patanjali Yoga Sutra became world famous. So we must get inspiration from the life of Vyas Muni, and Vyas Muni lived up to 275 years due to his brahmacharya. If somebody speaks bad about his birth, why not they understand the greatness of Vyas Muni? It is not Vyas Muni's mistake that he is born to parents who was not married. It is not Vyas Muni's mistake. Okay, somebody has done some mistake and the child is born, but the child has achieved the highest motto of the life. That is what we must see. So if the Muslim brother is insulting Vyas Muni, you must be silent. You must pray to Almighty God to punish that guy, because anyway, if you don't pray also, Almighty God will punish him. And we must not speak bad about Prophet Muhammad or anybody else, any other character of Islam origin, because when you speak bad about them in return, then that will end into Ragadvesh. We should not do that. This is very, very important. The second question that commonly comes to me is why Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati wrote so erroneously that human beings live in sun and moon in the Satyartha Prakash. A small correction here, Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati did not write like that. Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati wrote that life exists in all the planets including sun and moon. Life does not mean human beings. Life means Jivatma. Because it is Jivatma which is alive, the body is never alive. Human beings can exist only on the earth, but in sun and moon, life can exist and is existing. It is mentioned in Rig Veda. I forgot the mantra reference. As per Rig Veda, life exists in all the galaxies, in all the planets, in all the stars. Even in neutron stars, life can exist. Jivatma can exist. Because Jivatma cannot be destroyed by air, water, fire, etc. Jivatma can exist anywhere, but the body of that Jivatma will be in different form. We cannot see it by our naked eyes. The life which exists inside the sun will have a body adapted to the condition of the sun. So if we have to examine that body, we must go inside the sun, which is impossible. So either we can take it at face value that Maharishi, due to his tapasya and adhyayana of Vedas, he has told like that. Otherwise, if you want to make fun of Maharishi, then you can make. But he never wrote that human beings existed in sun and moon. Human beings cannot exist anywhere else other than the condition of atmosphere of earth. Human beings cannot live on moon. Human being cannot live on Mars. Human beings cannot live on any other planet because the conditions for survival does not exist there. If we create a condition in Mars or moon, maybe human beings can survive for a few years. Maybe. But in Mars, Elon Musk is trying very hard to send human beings to Mars. But in Mars, in that gravity, can a woman get conceived? Can a woman give childbirth? These are the things which are not yet proved. So we cannot tell anything now. But even if the human beings can live in Mars, it has to have the atmosphere or a condition similar to that of earth. Otherwise, it's not possible. So Maharishi did not write anything like that. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.